G'day. Cyanara here with the second crazy koala cast for COH2. If you notice that I kind of sound like I'm dying, it's sort of because I feel like I am. Probably just a lethal snake or spider bite. But, you know, when you live in Australia, you can't really spend any time worrying about that stuff, or quite frankly, you'd never get anything done. So, let's get on with the show instead. Today we have Panzergrenadier Angreifen playing Ostia/Wehrmacht on the left-hand side. Not really sure where this player is from, but they generally have some pretty respectable ranks, especially as this faction, currently ranked about at number 18, I believe. Pretty good there. On the other side, we have a formidable opponent, HOI-PauL.a.D, a player based in China and currently probably fairly well known since they dominate the #1 position in every faction, except actually this one, in which they occupy that humble Buzz Aldrin position's #2. So it should be a pretty intense match between these two. Let's get things underway. So today we're playing on Kholody Ferma, not the winter version, thankfully. Keeps things moving a little bit more. There's more passageways, less snow should block people. And frankly, the map is balanced. It's more or less symmetrical in terms of key points. There are 2 ammunition points, 2 fuel points, single cutoff. We see rear echelon just going straight to that connecting point to get that bottom fuel there. USF players typically like to get fuel as quickly as possible since they are able to rush light vehicles quite effectively. On the side we see Pioneers capturing less important strategic point. No, they decided to finish off the job. And not really a connector so much to anything important, but at least it provides some basic income. As Pioneers are now moving forward, heading towards,
you got a rifle squad waiting
looks
for
like
orders.
the wreckage. So unlike the winter version, in the middle here we actually have a VP rather than an ammunition point, but that is still a fairly important point that the 2 teams will typically contest pretty heavily. So this becomes something of a kill zone. So that all-important wire going down there to give the German army a distinct advantage regarding cover and taking that point. Grenadiers heading down south. Probably would have sent them north myself. Good idea to try and get that fuel as quickly as possible, because Germany really wants to tech up as much as they can. Rifles here, just pushing on through. The fuel's been captured and there are plenty of units to backcap anything. So these rifles going straight for the building on the opposite side, just beating the Grenadiers in there and causing a bit of a challenge. Rifles being superior to Grenadiers at literally every range. Don't really have to worry about just pushing in like that, as Grenadiers really can't afford to get caught at anything except long range behind solid cover, unfortunately. So rifles just happen to take that point, but no. Forces coming from the bottom, so the rifles head back into the building here. Can't do a whole lot of damage while these guys are behind green cover, but there's another force just pushing in, just running over red cover, because quite frankly rifles can do that where Grenadiers are concerned. Got an MG42 up. Won't be able to do a whole lot to the guys in the building, they're just hopping out there, but they're not running away. Just hiding, it seems. Now they're hopping back in the building, so it looks like PauL.a.D is just doing a bit of baiting here. Yes, again, wants to try and draw these Grenadiers up to the building, try to make them think that they can get in there and recapture that, and then quickly hop back in before they get there and get some close range shots and mess that squad up a fair bit. But Angreifen is having none of that, and is keeping an MG42 there, which will slowly whittle those guys down if they don't go do something else. Now we see that PauL.a.D has chosen a doctrine already, Rifle Company, and one of the perks of Rifle Company is that you can call out squads occasionally with a random amount of XP, generally somewhere between 1 and 2 stars. Pretty useful, means these squads can use AT grenades from the get-go, and of course when they get to rank 2 they become a bit more formidable in basic combat. So always nice. Nice little mortar there, so Angreifen doesn't really want to play around with this building. Just gets a nice little hard counter to push out those infantry, especially since this building is just made of wood and is not very strong, so it doesn't really provide great protection against explosives. Rear echelon here, just capturing some territory, but they are not effective combat units. But the only thing they can do is use volley fire if they're behind solid cover. So in this case, they just don't get severely hurt in the second retreat. But no, the mortar finishes them off. Still not a substantial manpower drain for PauL.a.D. Rear echelon, certainly very cheap and spammable. Just not really any reason you'd want to spam them.
A capture point is under attack.
So we're seeing a lot of map control in favour of PauL.a.D. here with the USF. With 2 fuel points being captured, 2 ammunition points, and both VPs. So pretty sort of common thing to see with USF against the relatively weak austere at the current state of balance, unfortunately. We see the Grenadiers retaking the VP in the middle, and they're fairly well protected behind the screen cover. Got a lieutenant in the building here. Lieutenants are often better than riflemen in buildings because even if you've got one window on the side, the bar rifle is what we usually fire out of it, and that has a bit more DPS. So we see here pretty standard USF move, getting out that M20 utility car at below the 5-minute mark. Very, very hard for Austere to counter that. And, we see no tier 2 up yet, which means that the only counter are telemines, which are extremely expensive, and Panzerfaust, which can only really disable it. And all the M20 has to do is duck behind cover, hop get the kill hop out and repair it. Manages to take out that MG42, which is quite nice, but it's really getting pounded by that mortar, and it is not getting very well micro, just sort of sitting there. And you see a Panzerfaust coming out now, and it gets through before that smoke pops, and the M20 is actually killed quite easily. So Panzergrenadier and Gruffin is probably very happy about that, because that car could have frankly been a very big pain in the ass. But it was dispatched quite promptly. We see one of these veteran squads just managed to get up to get to pretty quickly, and just wanders right past Grenadiers and everything. Steals an MG42 and leisurely runs home. Meanwhile, some Grenadiers trying to get a bit of ammunition back for this army. Got 87 in float. Be interesting to see how that gets used. So many ways that Austere can use ammunition. Quite possibly for an MG bunker by the looks of things. Just control this all-important area. All that negative cover means that MGs suppress very effectively. Mortar pushing the lieutenant out of that building there. Another wooden building taking a lot of damage very quickly. Rifles just easily, leisurely scaring off Grenadiers there. Mortar keeping up the rate of fire quite nicely. Don't get pushed away by those rifles.
Orders! Reinforcements in.
So it looks like PauL.a.D's probably used elite rifles twice now.
You might just make it.
Lieutenant managed to push up, can't really damage that bunker there. Capturing that point just to be a bit of a nuisance.
The territory is out of contact.
And meanwhile the other rifles are just easily taking back the territory down here.
Get cover! Move!
Oh, very nice hit from the mortar there.
Area clear! Area clear!
Scaring off of the lieutenant there.
Krauts are taking one of our points.
That can be costly. MG42 is up in the bunker, just helping to control that middle VP and hopefully buy Austere some time. And we see an armoured car on the field, potentially in case PauL.a.D decides to bring out another M20 perhaps. Since we're upgraded to the auto gun, the scout car can be a soft counter, at the very least. Mortar still doing some nice damage there, really getting the veterancy. It's kicking ass like 12-time boxing kangaroo championship winner Skippy Jr. Man, that Roo had some serious family issues, I tell you what.
Knock it off.
So we're getting a flamethrower upgrade for these rifles, another perk of this doctrine. That said, not usually a huge fan of this myself, because although it does increase their DPS, especially crit chance, It seems to be a much higher chance of rifle flamethrowers actually exploding, which is never fun, and to boot, they cannot repurchase them, which really makes the whole ability a bit worthless and frustrating.
A capture point is being overrun.
So we can see here Austere has finally managed to get a bit of fuel income, thankfully, and currently trying to get a bit of ammunition as well. Not doing too badly actually, just sort of capturing all these points, getting 2 VPs. However, we've got a substantial rifle army pushing up here, and I don't think that armoured car is really going to be able to counter a single rifle AT nade or cripple it, and then small arms will be able to finish off such a lightly armoured vehicle. Especially with another squad coming up behind, not a good position for that armoured car. So it's just moving just in time there. Unfortunately that MG42 bunker manages to slow down that squad. Yeah, it looks like Griffin has been thoroughly pushed off here. Armoured car just carefully whittling away at range, so managing to get a little bit of veterancy. They gain a very impressive side bonus at Vet 2, so it'd be nice if we can get to that.
The enemy has broken our supply lines.
Makes a safe getaway behind some large obstacles. This is stolen MG42, just sort of it's a bit of a match for the bunker there. However, that VP does still belong to us here. See a rifle grenade hit the armoured car, the scout car there. Does a lot of damage as well as crippling it. Very, very soft target that one. Fortunately in a safe area and getting repaired.
Let's give them hell, boys!
Mortar once again pounding away that lieutenant squad. But it looks like it's getting away fairly safely this time. Meantime, USF player has done a fairly good job of just recapping that territory.
A capture point is under attack.
See an ambulance on the field there. With a forward retreat point, keeps the USF player in the battle much more easily, gives a distinct advantage with the retreat function. Mortar coming down on that MG finally, does a nice bit of damage, doesn't actually kill any entities, but definitely scares it off. That's another good hit. Forcing retreat. And only about 11.5 minutes in, we're seeing a Sherman tank already. I have to say, I'm really liking the skins here. They appear to be the Dog Company skins from the recent expansion, Den Assault. Haven't got it myself yet, but purchase on the next sale.
Where's the shooter? Get eyes on!
Rifles, yeah, really scaring this away. Almost got that 2 on the scout car there. Will it get away safely though? Especially with Lieutenant there and a Sherman really pushing out. That 2 just takes a massive hit there. And is finished off easily by MG fire, which goes to show how soft it is. Another MG down. Been defended there, but of course there's pretty much nothing on the field that can currently fight that Sherman. One pack just sitting up there. See if it gets any good hits. And once again, HOI-PauL has stolen an MG42. Seems to be a fan of them. Trying to get some focus fire against the MG42, but looks like it's going to escape easily. And Sherman decides not to hang around with that AT gun there, although it is in a bit of a difficult position to really get good shots with all this field of view blocking there. So, not a lot on the German side, only 2 Grenadier squads, get 1 each, single Panzer Grenadier squad. And while on the other side, got all of these flamethrower rifle squads, as well as the lieutenant, of course Sherman. Again, these grenadiers really can't do anything to just stop these rifles pushing on in, especially without their MG42 to back them up. Panzer Grenadier in Greifen has finally chosen a doctrine. A very surprising mechanized assault doctrine, a very measured choice currently, particularly because Stug 3, or Stug E, is very effective against infantry, which as we've noticed is something that the Ferma generally lacks. And we finally see a good hit there, just scaring off that squad. As well as being effective against infantry. It's also, oh, total squad wipe for the lieutenant there. Just devastating. They can also be slightly effective against lighter armour as well, which is useful against those USF light vehicle rushes. We see some white phosphorus coming down now. I'll be hoping to push out that pack so that the Sherman can do something. Pack was already moving out, though it's a bit wasted there, but no matter. Grenadiers should be able to take on the rear echelon. No problems there. Could have even a bit of efficiency out of it. Nice. See the Stuggy just bouncing off the frontal armour of the Sherman. There's just no armour piercing ability on that at all, really. Just high explosive shells designed for killing really soft targets. We see some Panzerschrecks on this squad here, very useful. Really pack a punch against that lighter USF armour.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
Lots of good things from that.
The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines.
More rifles coming down here. We've got Vet 2 Grenadiers, so they might be able to deal a bit of damage. Yeah, looks like they'll actually be able to kill these rifles. That's useful, scares them off. Stuggy just racking up the kills there. 10 so far. Probably be used against that squad. These guys, with their Panzerschreck upgrade, really don't have any anti-infantry capacity. And especially with that health, they really need to get back to base and just get a free heal before anything has to be paid for. Rifles, Vet 3, nice little flamethrower, can threaten Panzer Grenadiers quite easily. But we see very good use of target weak point by the Stuggy there. Just kind of stuns that Sherman right in the foot of fire of that pack. See white phosphorus come down again, but white phosphorus only really takes health down to about 1 HP. It never actually kills, so unless you got supporting units, it's often rather wasted. But that Sherman manages to just limp out of there and will live to fight another day. Rifles trying to push up and take advantage of the white phosphorus, but Stuggy there is laughing at them. He's already up to Vet 2, which improves the rate of fire on that devastating gun. Sherman there being pushed away by a couple of Panzerschrecks, but an HE shell landing in the middle of that would have been devastating. However, I must say, I really feel like HE shells and Shermans, good or while great when they do hit, just seem to be terribly inaccurate. And sometimes I feel like armor piercing, although it does less damage, it just hits more often and actually has a better overall effect. But that's just speculation on my part.
A peg gun is ready for
So mortar at Vet 2 now has increased accuracy, about 25% I believe, and also improved rate of fire, which is always nice. Keeps up the pressure. We can see as usual the USF player is really dominating the map, has all 3 VPs, creating a bit of drain there, and both ammo points and soon to have both fuel points again as well. Which is, oh, nice hit there. Once again we see another flamethrower explode. Two Shermans pushing up. There's another pack on the field, so that's a new pack by the looks of it. Bit of experience from there. Stuggy just sort of sheltering itself from the Shermans over there. And his rifles may be able to hold it with his Grenadiers. He's building very close to dying. Sherman takes a pounding from like 3 AT sources. Building just gets brought down there. Takes down a whole rifle squad, I believe. That's gotta hurt. We see the white phosphorus come down once again. Really just bringing all the... Quite effective there. Really brought down a lot of health, but once again, nothing to actually finish anything off, so it's able to retreat to base. With that Sherman there, looks like Griffin really wants to use them while we can. And just try and finish off that Sherman. No, getting out of there now. We see another Stuggy on the field. Looks like Angreifen is pretty happy with how the first one's going. Nearly at vet 3 actually. Quite impressive. Ooh, but suddenly an easy 8 appears on the field and just finishes that off. That's very unfortunate. Very unlucky timing there. AT guns still haven't been healed at all, and neither of these Panzer Grenadiers. So sending them into battle at this point, incredibly risky. Pretty much a single straight bullet will finish off any of them. You see one of the stolen MG42 is really just protecting that fuel. Pat's not having a lot of luck hitting the Shermans, it seems. Mortar trying to capture a VP, but that's a bit of a liability there too as well. Such a waste. Very hard to retreat in Mortar because they just love setting and unsetting themselves up all the time. Generally have to be fairly desperate to send them to capture something. You see the Sherman trying to get away there. Ooh, an excellent double Panzerschreck hit, and these packs have probably got that finished. Yes, there it is. And suddenly no tanks left for the USF players, so that, oh no wait, there's still an easy 8 over here, just getting repaired. But still, that huge fuel advantage that USF player had doesn't really seem to exist so much anymore, although they do still control the map. And Angreifen is really having to spend all his fuel on these stuggies. Oh, another flamethrower explosion. See it again. Really are a liability, those flamethrower upgrades on riflemen. Panzer Grenadiers looking a little fragile. Looks like they managed to take out an MG42 over there. Nice work. Showing Angreifen would be happy to have that back again. USF Army really battered. Single rifleman squad, single MG42, and easy 8, which is certainly nothing to sneeze at. Once again, Mortar in the middle. Looks like Angreifen's trying to recap it. Just succeeds, very close. Vet 3 rifles. Pretty dangerous opponent there. Double Panzerschrecks, but not much health. Oh, devastating hit, and I'm not sure that unit is going to escape. No, it does not. Killed by just a simple machine gun. Right, shame there. Looks like we see a new veteran rifleman squad appear on the field. It's one of the advantages of this doctrine. Even if you lose your units, you don't have to start from complete scratch in regards to XP. And we see another flamethrower upgrade. Looks like HOI-PauL.A.D is rather fond of those for some reason. Even if they do seem to result in theory death for his own troops. Mortar scaring off MG42. Looks like Stubby is back in the action. MG42 protecting the middle, and nice vet 3 LMG42 squad. That might finally level the playing field against those rifles a little bit. If they can get out of there safely. Looks like we've got the easy 8 coming back in from the top. Oh, that's a nice hit on the MG42 there. And already a vet 1, which gives it the radio net ability. Increasing rate of fire of any other arm on the field, which there are currently none. Still these scares off the rifles there. Getting some nice package. Looks like we got another target weak point stun on the Easy 8 there. Beautiful. Oh, unfortunately that pack shot misses, hits an obstacle. And one more. Oh, and gets a nice rear armor shot. Finishing off with that one Easy 8. That's going to be frustrating. Both of these packs now at vet 2, making them rather potent with an increased rate of fire and weapon control, which probably just means they target more quickly, which never hurts, especially against those faster vehicles. MG42 squad pushing forward, but looks like encountering an MG42 there, and 2 of them even. So not a lot it can do. They don't really have access to smoke or anything. Mortar is about the only thing that can really help them break suppression. So Stuggy capturing with packs and just been moved. But as we've seen, Stuggies can really massacre infantry, so backed up with these packs. So got a pretty formidable kind of team going on there. Stuggy in the middle probably wants to take care of those MGs. But not until it kills these rifles first. So I get a rifle grenade off there. Hits the drivetrain through front armor somehow, because physics. Stuggy tearing up those rear echelon and MG42s.
The enemy is attempting to steal
And
our
we've got
sector.
another easy 8 on the field. Not good for these still. Rear armor shot by the Stuggy there too. Nearly no damage. Well, that did penetrate, which is surprising. So unfortunately those hats were just nowhere to be seen. These Stuggies are just getting chewed up. A Tiger would go so far, but given the VP situation, I'm not sure Panzer Grenadier and Gryphon really feels they can save up for a Tiger. Considering Stuggies are so cheap at 75 fuel. Oh, finished off by a rifle AT grenade.
We have lost a Panzer.
Horrible end for that Stuggy. Panzer Grenadier and Gryphon is burning through them. Looks like we had another stun shot. Some nice use of attack ground by these packs so that they can shoot through this obstacle here that they can't actually see past. But Easy 8 manages to get away. Rifle grenade can't really finish off the entire squad that's spread out that much, and PauL gets intercepted there. The squad, that's a terrible waste of a vet 3 squad, especially with that LMG42. Still, at least it didn't get left for the enemy, that's something. These packs in a pretty bad situation, being wiped out. Oh, it's a horrible loss of veterancy in that one. And we see the white phosphorus once again coming down. Although once again, used while there are no actual units around to finish off the affected parties. Still, oh yeah, no, Easy 8 comes in and manages to finish off that one. The squad really should have retreated, not sure why it stood there. We see another target weak point, and this pack is now at vet 3, making it quite devastating. Target penetration goes up. Wow. Not a worthy end for that Easy 8. Simply killed a near MG42. However, it looks like PauL.A.D is quite happy to take that MG42 away once again. Now making a total of 3. Has an impressive collection of them going on. As Grenadiers here, trying to finish one off, but looks like they'll probably make a getaway. Another Stuggy on the field, not sure how many that is now, 5, maybe 6. Hat is remanned. See if these Panzer Grenadiers can do much to these rifles. Not a lot apparently, because they can't see it. There's only 2 men left. BP situation looking pretty grim for Panzer Grenadier and Gryphon. Oh, will that Panzer Grenadier get away? Trailing fire. Stuggy navigating a bit of a difficult choke point to try and take care of these rifles. Finally makes its way through.
The enemy is taking
The
our
AT gun is being
territory.
pushed away there.
Assault gun standing by.
Oh, and there we have
Enemy has
another
broken our supply
flamethrower
lines.
explosion. Oh wow. Not a good day to be a rifleman in PauL.A.D's army. Not a
We
good
are
day to
losing
be
the sector.
any sort of infantry in either of these armies, frankly. Pretty brutal on both sides. Stuggy pushing away one of those many
The
MG42s.
sector has been cut off.
3 packs on the field now. Seems maybe slightly like overkill since 2 were doing a pretty amazing job against all those Shermans before. There are no Shermans currently on the field. So that manpower probably could have been better spent, but still.
Our opponents
Grenadiers
are
getting
seizing
set
the
off there,
sector.
probably not going to survive at that point. They could even get killed by rear echelon, and that is saying something. And there it is. Very
Infantry
unfortunate.
squad has been killed.
There's
We have
no
a
more
fresh
shameful way to
grenadier
go than
squad.
killed by rear echelon.
Kampfwagen is ready.
Stuggy pushing up here, doing a fair bit of damage. Well, not a whole lot of damage, but should scare this MG off pretty quickly. It's a direct hit on the gunner there. Killing them one by one. That 3 squad coming down. Panzer Grenadiers coming in from the side should help a bit.
The enemy is attempting to steal
Oh,
our
once again
sector.
a rifle AT grenade. Going to make life a bit difficult for that Stuggy. And we see a Jackson coming in on the right hand side, which is an interesting choice considering all the packs that are around. Jacksons do not take a lot of hits, however they also deal a fair bit of damage and will generally kill a Stuggy in about 2 hits, I reckon, even through frontal armour. Lucky for Angreifen, that first one missed. Jackson decides to get out of there, but not before taking another hit and just dealing a powerful blow there.
Enemy is taking
Really
our
taking out a lot
territory.
of health. Reminds me of a time a friend from overseas tried to pick up a fluffy looking koala. Koalas may not be deadly like drop bears, but they still have teeth, paws, and some crazy chlamydia infections.
We have 50
So
points
they'll do some
remaining.
damage. So we've got the rifles capturing points around the place. Packs pushing up and just decimating that Jackson. That was really not an amazing investment. Honestly, easy eights were probably better. They just needed to be used a little more cautiously.
We
I
have
think.
lost a pack gun.
What's this guy learned?
Awaiting orders.
This Stuggy's not having a great time. Just trying to go powerful blow there. And interesting choice, we see some assault grenadiers out in the field. Usually you see these pretty early on crowded maps. Generally not a lot of point in building them once you've already got Panzer Grenadiers out. But could be an affordable way of manning equipment since you have a 5-man squad. And they're pretty good at dealing units that try to flank in and get close.
We are losing
Thanks
a
to their
sector.
MP40s.
Was ist los? Hammer that goddamn line!
Looks like they're trying to see a bit of a flank here in this MG42, but no such luck. Suppressed and stuck on the road there, taking some serious damage. Stuggy still dealing some damage up here. And once again we see a mortar trying to take that VP in the middle. Not a good idea because guess what? As soon as it gets attacked, it's going to try and set up. And then it's going to have to unset. Before it eventually actually tries to run away and just dies. No, is it going to? There it is. Killed by a support guy and an MG42. That's... All these guys are dying in very
Enemy
shameful
forces
ways
are
today.
securing our territory.
Pack's trying to retreat up north, but... I guess they're not really needed. No, we see another Jackson on the
Territory is
field.
out of contact.
Interesting choice.
Stuck here.
Guess PauL.A.D really wants to just deal with these Stuggies as quickly as possible.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
However, at this point, we see 2 VPs and this one being neutral. It looks like this match is almost certainly over, unfortunately. And there it is. So, quick analysis. Obviously, Panzer Grenadier and Angreifen really just had that typical struggle to try and hold the map. As austere, I don't think there was enough focus on really protecting that vital point. If that had happened, perhaps we would have seen less Stuggies and might have actually seen a Tiger to help back them up. Although that said, these packs really did prove highly effective, especially when helped by Panzerschrecks, which, although Panzerschrecks rarely get 2 shots, that initial double shot tends to be quite powerful. On the other side, saw a pretty good reason not to upgrade riflemen with flamethrowers. However, either way, those riflemen just really didn't care. They were able to just constantly take the map with ease. They knew that there was nothing that could stop them. So yeah, I think definitely some reckless vehicle usage in this one. A lot of tanks were just, and even light vehicles were just rushed into areas that were defended with AT weapons when so much of the rest of the map wasn't. Right, and including that M20 that just kept staying within that mortar bombardment area. Not entirely sure what that was about. But yeah, we saw a good mixture between those Pack 40s and the Stookies, though it's not incredibly diverse army to have. It does quite effectively deal with both infantry and vehicles, especially on these maps with more open areas. And other than that, both sides definitely dealt with some serious devastation. Not much left on the USF. Only 2 MG42s, which HOI-PauL.A.D was definitely a king collector of, and that one Jackson that never actually got to do anything. Not a single rifle in the squad left on the field. So if there'd been a few more VP, the battle might have actually turned a bit there for Panzergrenadier and Greifen. But nonetheless, a good attempt. Definitely held out for as long as possible. Alright, that's that for that one, and as long as I'm not dead by the next one, I'll see you then. Bye.